Fancy seeing you here on a day like today. And speaking of that, I have something to tell you. It's a little bit embarrassing, but some things just need to be shared. I lost my job today. I don't really know why. Well, that's not entirely true. Performance issues. In a job like mine, sales, it's not about hard work, it's not about dedication, it's about performance. Performance. But I'm fine. I mean, look at me, I'm perfectly fine, and I look in the mirror, and I look inside, and I don't want that anymore. Call me immature, but I just want to be happy. And, to perform, to compete at a high level, I might just need to be happy, to let go of my inhibitions, to live life, to choose to be happy. The first 24 hours after disaster are the most important. We must convince ourselves that the obstacles we face can be surmounted. After losing his job, John, an early career professional, finds that the same shortcomings that led to his being fired prevent him from reaching a full recovery. Join me in Experiments in Happiness, an original. There goes the elevator. I'm not quite ready to go home. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. Just lost my job. Over there. I don't know how many years I've worked in this building, but I don't think I've ever been to this bar before. I owe it to myself to go here at least once. I'll probably never be here again. Could I have some water? I look at the people around me. Over there's a woman on the phone with probably her husband. She rocks back and forth as she talks with him on the phone. I watch a man make his progress across the room. He's so charismatic, so energetic that he leaves each person he talks to a little bit dazed. I'm surprised by someone sliding to the seat next to mine. I look up and my eyes meet hers. After a moment's pause, she chuckles. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. You just look so startled. Well, that's okay. I guess I was a bit distracted. So her focus shifts to her menu, and I angle my body forward, letting my attention drift to the sound of cars passing outside. I order some fries. Really just an excuse to keep on sitting there. I have a fry half whipped to my mouth when she lets out another little chuckle. Again, I'm sorry. You just look so new here. Is this your first time in the city? So we talk for a bit. I drink my water. She sips in something strong in a squat glass. As we talk, she traces circles with that glass on the table, the amber liquid swirling and sloshing at the bottom. We laugh together, loud and long, until in a moment of distraction, her hand hits the glass, letting its liquid spill across the table and drip into her lap. Something about it seems so sweet, like syrup or honey. We both just stare at it, the sweet liquid dripping onto her dress. After mopping up the mess and paying the bill, she pulls me out onto the city streets, and together we walk down the avenues and boulevards below glass-fronted high-rises and brownstones. We laugh and smile away to the nearest train station, and it's not until we're settled down on the train on the way home that there is silence enough between us for me to really catch my breath. And I'm happy. That's it, I'm happy. I can't seem to get this stupid smile off my face. And then she does the most funny little thing. She lets out a little chuckle. It's funny, really funny. You don't understand it until you see it. It's just hilarious. Such a small thing, such an innocuous thing, but everything is a surprise, everything is new, and beautiful. I think to myself, she must just want to be like a child too, to live simply and with wonder. We play like the children we want to be, and she leans in to tickle me, and I smell the alcohol on her breath. Of course I'd known that she had been drinking. How could I not know that? But somehow I hadn't understood. Suddenly she looks so vacant, sitting there. A smile spreads like oil across her face. Her eyes glaze over. It's like there's nothing there. There's no one. I'm sitting right next to her, her hands in my hands, and there's nothing. I want to rekindle that happiness, to hold it like a bead of mercury in my palm, cupping it close to my chest and warming myself in its light, but there's nothing there. There's nothing. When the train stops at my station, I get up. She's still there. She trails behind me as I walk out onto the platform. She keeps on laughing and smiling her way behind me all the way back to my house, but I want to be alone. I turn my head away from her as I open the front door. I turn my back to her as I grab coats in the closet. I don't want her to be there. I don't want her to be in my home. It's been a long day. And I need to be alone. I deserve to be alone. I settle down on the edge of my bed. She sits down next to me, and I give way. Just like all those times I gave way, I didn't follow through, when I let myself lose my job. Because that's just what it is, isn't it? I let myself lose my job. I just want to be alone, so I stare at the wall across from my bed. There's nothing there, no painting, no mirror, just a blank white wall. I stare at it, stare and stare. Willing for some void to settle over me, to take me away from myself, away from her, away from laughter and people, away from happiness. If what she wants is what it is to be happy, then I don't want it. I don't want to be happy. I try to say no, to push her away, but it doesn't work. I try to say no. Try to say no. And she stops. And I stop. She tries to get my attention once, twice. I don't respond. I just stare at the white wall. She puts her hand on my back, lets it sit there. It feels hot through the fabric of my sheet. And then she leaves, sliding off the bed and slipping out the door, leaving me to slide back into apathy, back into indifference, back into adulthood. And I'm not happy, but I'm also not unhappy. And I don't feel pleasure, but I also don't feel pain. I just sit there, feeling nothing and staring